Hi there, Amy with crazybeautiful.com, and today we are making a burlap ribbon. So I'm starting with about a yard of the Stampin' Up! 1¼ inch burlap ribbon, and you're going to start by folding the corner down to make just a triangle point. Okay, and keep your hot glue gun handy as we will be using it. I glue it down onto about a 1 3/4 inch circle, and the size of the circle is not as important because you'll see as we go we're really just building the flower onto itself. So this is just something for me to hold on to. And I'm going to start then by wrapping in the opposite direction of my fold. So I folded it like that. I'm going to twist it under, and I'm going to start building my flower in this direction. Now you're just going to continue to roll, and you'll see the center kind of will form after about 3 little rolls. Now you can at this point add more glue and try to get it kind of inside so that you don't have any seeping out the top, okay? And I'm going to keep going. So keep rolling it. And depending on how tight you like it, you can kind of give it a try and roll it up, like roll tight, and see if you like it like that. And if not, maybe loosen it a little bit. I like to start my center a little bit tighter and loosen as I go around, making it a larger flower. Okay, so what I typically do then is I'll go about halfway around and then add a little bit of glue at the base, and then kind of engage that burlap so that it holds for you. And if you need to pause just to make sure your glue is drying, then that is just fine. So I keep rolling it just like this, and if I get too many of the same folds together, so you kind of have a span that doesn't have a lot going on, you can kind of come back, just get it a little bit tighter right there at this part, and see how I've kind of added a little, I guess it would be a petal, but I'm gonna stop again and kind of along the base of my flower just add another drop of glue. And keep rolling. I tend to work with like holding the flower, and some of you might not want to do that because you'll burn yourself, which I probably burn myself more than I need to as well. But it's easier for me to get under where I want to glue, under on the base of that flower. So you're just going to continue rolling and adding glue as you roll. Now, depending on how large you want your flower, you could stop at this point. This one is about 2½ inches, and it's actually only used about half of my yard. And but I'm going to keep going and make about a 4-inch flower to just show you how when I get a little further out on the outside, I tend to let the layers sort of flop open a little bit more. So like this right here, see how that kind of opens? I like that, and I like it, and it makes I think it makes my flower kind of bigger also. So I'm going to just pause for a second and let my glue catch up and all dry. Okay, so I'm going to keep going. You can see my flower's a little bit off center from where I started, and that's fine. This will just kind of serve as a guide at the beginning. So I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to kind of loosen the layers up as I go. I'm going to loosen the layers that I'm adding. So you might have to kind of twist it and then set it down in the glue to allow for a little bit of that like ruffling. And so I'm going to do kind of another larger ruffle twist. I don't even know what that would be called. And then I'm going to secure it at this point right here. So I think I'm going to go one more to like even out my flower, and then I will be done. And the way I finish it typically is I'll maybe glue a piece down like right here, and then I'm going to let it put kind of a larger dollop of glue, and then I'm going to kind of let it go underneath, and then I will, don't forget to just be patient and let it dry if it needs to dry, so you're not working with hot glue dripping out everywhere. I'm just going to trim off the bottom then, and at this point I might tighten up if I have a spot like right here that, you know, isn't glued completely. I might just throw some more hot glue in there and then also tighten down and glue down my end. So there you go. If you have a silicone mat, you can set it on that to dry. Stampin' Up sells those. I don't know if I don't have one. So there's our burlap flower. I use mine for our wreaths typically, but for the holidays it would make a really pretty bow or decoration on a package. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial and have a great day.